Toronto Mayor Rob Ford continues to be the subject of controversy around an alleged crack video, even after, and perhaps more so since, confessing to having used crack cocaine in the past. John Crean is a communications strategist, and from you we want to understand what public figures should do in moments of PR crisis, specifically Rob Ford.
Right.
So can we look at this whole distraction, if you will, and what it's doing to the business of the City of Toronto?
Right. Well, that's a great question. I mean, in any crisis, any kind of organization, when it goes through a crisis in which the senior management of the organization becomes distracted or taken away from the business of the organization, starts focusing their efforts on managing the crisis, you almost always see a bottom line impact. The organization at best slows down in delivering bottom line results. At worst, it becomes completely imperiled and has significant business challenges going forward. So there's no doubt, although we may not be able to measure it directly, that this kind of crisis involving the city's highest executive is distracting the city and City Hall's performance. And it would, if it was a business, I would say there would absolutely be a direct bottom line result in terms of its revenue or profitability.
Okay, so looking back at what has been going on with Mayor Ford, what advice would you have given him in terms of handling things differently?
Right. Well, Mayor Ford is not the first politician or well-known person to find themselves in a personal or organizational crisis. In best practices, if it is true, the best practice is to acknowledge and address it, suffer the consequences, and have a plan forward to ensure that it won't happen again. Rob Ford perhaps had that opportunity. Now, early in crisis, if it isn't true, it's an allegation that is not true, many people tend to want to defend themselves aggressively. And that's probably a good thing to do if it really is untrue. But if it is true and you continue to deny or defend against the allegations, in this day and age, things get out. It's a digital age. And so if it is untrue, it will be told. Your denials will look like lies or something worse. And you will then be in a more difficult situation, having to explain not just the crisis, but why you chose to manage it the way you managed it.